Now, in order to do this question, you must know the knowledge of even function. Now, what is the even function? If a function is even if it satisfies this criteria, f of x is equals to f of minus x. Now, what does it mean? This is, you look at this. This is the same graph, but it is reflected about the, right? This f of minus x is a reflection of f of x when it's reflected about the y-axis. So in order for this criteria to satisfy, that means the graph is symmetrical about the y-axis. Now with this knowledge, let's move on to the question. Now you are asked to sketch this graph g of x, showing the asymptotes and the y-intercept. Now let's try to draw this graph then. Now this is the horizontal asymptote. So the horizontal asymptote, let's say this is y equals to 1. Y equals to 1. Now, x squared plus x minus 20. This one can be factorized into x plus 5 and x minus 4. So you have a vertical asymptote at x equals to minus 5 and x equals to 4. Let's say this is x equals to 4 and x equals to minus 5. Now let's try what happens if this, you can key it into GC and see how the graph looks like, but maybe I just do it manually. Now when x tends to infinity, this part will be positive, but it's very small. So this part will be above 1, alright? And then this part, if you substitute slightly bigger than 4, you will find that this is close to 0. So this will be infinity. Alright, so your graph here will look something like this. Okay? Now if you substitute x tends to negative infinity, you realize that the denominator will still be positive, right? But then 2 over a very large number is very small but positive, so you 1 plus that is, so it's slightly bigger than 1. All right. Likewise, if you choose a point here, you will get something like that. Okay, so your graph here will look like this. Okay. Now, what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept means x is equals to 0. So you will have x equals to 0, g0 will be equals to 1 plus 2 pi over. Today we are on the topic of minus odd and even function. So this is, now I will teach you through examples what is odd and even function over 10. Now, right, first of all, what is the odd function? If you check the definition in textbook or from Wikipedia, it will state something like that, that it is symmetrical about its origin. And then to show you an example of, now I'm not going to find where is the maximum point and where is cut the x-intercept since it's not required. So y is equals to next sin x. You are supposed to describe a possible transformation for g of x to h of x such that h of x is a even
then you
function.
have a condition to fulfill.
H of x now it must satisfy this criteria.
It is an odd function.
H of x
Then
must
f
be
of
equals to h
x
of minus
will be
x.
equals to
But
minus.
before that, we must
f
do a
of
transformation.
minus x.
You look at this graph. Now it seems
Now let's
that it
look
is
at what
lopsided,
do you
right?
mean
So
by
if you can shift this graph
of minus x.
what is the transformation?
the
The
little bit-
transformation is a
reflection about
Now you will be able
the
to
y-axis. That means it's something like that.
it
Right,
will be
reflect
probably be
across here.
symmetrical. So this is 4 and this is minus
This one will reflect
minus
to this
5.
side.
So you move 0.5 to the right, all right? You move the graph 0.5 to the right. So you are doing a translation of
This is
moving the
F
graph
minus x.
0.5 to the right. So the transformation would be from x
Now
to
then what is minus of the
x
f minus x?
half.
That means you reflect upwards. You'll find that this purple graph, after you reflect
Now
it
so
this way, all right, about the
H of
x-axis, all right, this one will reflect down, this one will reflect up. Then
will be equals to
it maps onto
g of
the
x minus half.
orangey graph, all right.
Okay.
So it maps onto f of x. That is
Substitute
what
this
means.
into the
That,
equation.
that is what it means by it
x
is
minus half into this equation.
symmetrical about
What do you
its
get?
origin.
So maybe I substitute it into
Now,
this
now
form,
that you
it's
know
easier.
what is the odd function, let's try to
factorize
understand
form.
this sum.
So
Describe a
x
possible
minus
transformation
half, so
from
it will
f
be
of
x
x
plus
given by this expression
4.5. So it's 9 over
to
2.
g of x such that g of x is an odd function. So what we are
then this
required
is
is
x
we have to
minus
do a
9
certain
over 2.
transformation to f of x. And the new function is an odd function. After that, you have to show that the resulting is an odd function.
Now let's test it
Now,
out.
to show that it is an odd function,
Let's test h of
you must show that
minus x. What will I get?
f of x
I will get 1
satisfy
plus 2
this criteria.
over minus x plus 9 over 2.
Now let's look at this equation.
Then this will get minus x.
Now look at the roots.
Minus
The roots
9
are
over
at
2.
minus 40, minus
Okay.
10, and 20. All right.
Now look at the
maybe
original
you just
equation. The
draw it out
original
first.
equation is this. Alright.
So you have
So I take out a minus 1
minus
from here
10
and I take out a minus
40.
1
Let's
from
say
here.
minus 10 is here.
So I will get 1 plus 2 over x plus 9
Minus 40.
over 2 and x minus
And then you
9
have
over
20.
right? And this is equals to
Now you
h
find
of
that
x.
this distance here is 30. This distance
So we have proved that h of x
Here is
is
30.
an even function.
okay, that is the major.
We have come to the end of this video, and if you like our video,
Now,
please press the
Let's
subscribe button.
look at the shape
Thank
of the
you
graph.
and have a nice day.
It is a negative, all right? This is negative, so it's a negative x cube. The coefficient of x cube is negative. So in that case, your graph will look something like that. Okay? Now, look at this. Perhaps if we shift this graph, all right, to the right by 10, then there is it may be an odd function. Okay? Now let's test that out. If we move the graph to the right by 10, that means you are doing a transformation of x to x minus 10. Now it's always against intuitive. You are shifting the graph to the right, so it's minus. All right. So let's put it. Now let's put gx will be equals to f of x minus 10. Let's put x minus 10 into the given equation, and that becomes minus 3. X minus 10, so become x plus 30. Now here will become x. Here will become x minus 30. Alright, so this is g of x. Now let's test that out. Now let's put minus g of minus x. See whether this will be equals to this. Okay? Now minus minus becomes plus. Then you have minus x plus 30. Then here become minus x. This one become minus x minus 30. Okay? Now this become minus 3. Now here you factorize a minus out, and then you factorize a minus out. You factorize minus out, this becomes what? X minus 30. Outside is actually minus, and then this one will become, you factorize minus out, this will become x plus 30. But minus minus become positive. And then you find that this is equals to gx. So we have shown that this is an odd function since it satisfies this criteria. Now that you have learned what is an odd function, in the next video I'll be teaching you what is an even function. And we will use the concept of an even function to solve this particular question. For those who are interested, please click on the URL below. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.